Coming up on Mountain News this morning, an Eastern Kentucky family is in dire need of a life-saving donation for a young girl, and a Kentucky city continues to make the effort to help its homeless population as everyone deals with historic inflation.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News this morning.
Good Monday morning to you. I'm Dakota Makris. Almost 5 o'clock here, and it's the beginning of the work week. Let's head over to Brandon for a look at our forecast this morning. And Brandon, looking at the radar, well, calm and clear.
Smooth sailing right now. We're going to continue to see a chilly morning out there. I won't call it cold, but a chilly morning out there, 30s and 40s. Some light jackets will be needed, but I think we stay dry maybe another couple of days before the rain starts to return to our region. Let's take a look at the satellite and radar. Just a few clouds this morning, nothing major, and a little bit of frost potentially on some of those cars out there this morning. As you see, less clouds in some areas. 31 in Manchester, one of our coolest spots in the region this morning. Actually, 30 is the coldest spot in the region in Jonesville this morning. And then we see 46. I'm double checking there. Yep, 46 over in Jacksboro this morning. So pretty good range there of temperatures across the region, but you can tell where the clouds are, and the clouds are not this morning. So a little extra on your coffee meter because it's a little bit chilly, and it's also a Monday, so get back into the swing of things today. Out the door forecast, I do think we'll see a mix of sun and clouds today. Not going to be too bad as we see a possibility for, again, temperatures in the low 50s. A little bit cooler than we forecasted on Friday, but still not too bad overall, still above average. Dakota?
All right, Brandon, thank you. A 3-year-old in Breathitt County is in need of a kidney transplant. Our Chandler Wilcox talked with her family about how hard it is to see a kid go through this process and how urgently they need help.
Anista Peck is 3 years old. Her trials since she was born, however, could fill the lifespan of an adult.
Where it was an emergency cesarean and everything, she ended up going without oxygen for too long, so it caused brain bleeds and a lot of different things. But her kidneys took the hardest hit.
Anista has taken treatments for kidney failure throughout her life, going through dialysis treatment once, which her body rejected and forced her to be hospitalized. And now the 3-year-old will have to try it again.
We've kind of played around as long as we can play around, and it's time to do it. We have to do it now.
Anista's doctor is 3 hours away in Cincinnati, and she has grown tired of the trips.
The car rides and things is getting really bad. She doesn't want to ride because it's so long, such a trip.
Her blood is type A-, but any blood type can work for a kidney transplant.
Any donor, because they will cross-match and like swap donors. So as long as they have 2 to cover 2, they'll do that.
Doctors have not specified a life expectancy for Anista, but her recent trouble with the dialysis gives the family fear.
They've not really given us a life expectancy or anything like that, just kind of keeping an eye on everything.
Anna says they are struggling to pay for all of Anista's appointments, especially since they are often 3 hours away. In Breathitt County, Chandler Wilcox, WYMT Mountain News.
You can visit WYMT.com to find a link where you can register to donate a kidney for Anista. One Floyd County family has finally reopened their small business more than 6 months after it was flooded. In July, the Handcamp's home and small business in Garrett was nearly destroyed. Since the flood, they've focused on rebuilding and returned to their home just before Thanksgiving in 2022. Last Monday, their small business, Handcamp Manor Bikes and Books, officially reopened, and owners Deidre and Onis say it will take more than water to get them out of Eastern Kentucky.
When it dried up enough that I could go in, and one of my friends showed up and we were taking and salvaging stuff. We looked at one another and she said, "This is still your home." And I said, "Yes, it is. And it'll be my home forever until it falls down around me."
Well, the Bike and Book Shop is the family's primary source of income, and the Handcamps say being able to reopen so soon is a blessing. People of Lexington are still giving back to the homeless community during a time of high inflation. During the deep freeze and into the new year, some centers got wiped out of supplies due to the high demand. The Lexington Catholic Action Center was one of those affected, but within 10 days, it received more than 4,000 food donations. One leader there said she's extremely grateful for the community support.
It was out there on Facebook that we were in need for sandwiches, and I'm telling you, people are still responding. We have had thousands and thousands of responses, and it's, you know, a way the community can help and make sure that folks who otherwise go without can have a sack lunch.
To find out more ways to help or receive help, you can visit the Catholic Action Center's Facebook page. Louisville has been named one of the most welcoming and inclusive places for the LGBTQ+ community. This makes the 9th consecutive year it received that title. The Human Rights Campaign said Louisville received a perfect score. The score is based on several factors. They include non-discrimination laws, equitable employers, and if law enforcement reports hate crimes. The report specifically notes the new community center and a thriving LGBTQ+ scene. One official says the city's location is part of the reason it has such a supportive community.
Kentucky is historically a part of the Bible Belt, and so there are a lot of folks from rural towns or rural areas who may have grown up in a community where they don't feel like they can be themselves. And so what Louisville has created is sort of created this magnet.
Lexington and Louisville had perfect scores. Other cities like Moorhead, Bowling Green, Berea, and Frankfort fell short. Well, thank you so much for getting your Monday started with us here on Mountain News this morning. Coming up, first responders in Turkey and Syria work to look for survivors and victims of a devastating earthquake responsible for the deaths of hundreds.
The nice temperatures continue this week, but we may deal with some rain chances at some point. I'll track them out for you in about 3 minutes.